There's always a negative and positive in every situation, no matter what. It's just about how you react to it.
Hello. You little rascal. Check.
Houston Ensemble number 80, seminal episode today. We got the legendary, I'm not even going to go through the nicknames because I don't want to butcher it. Tahree Amir, Kavondre Tenor on the podcast.
What's up, everybody?
It's been a long time coming.
I know. Finally, after what, a couple years? I've known you?
A couple years now.
Yeah.
That feels like a long time.
Mercantile
Jam session Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
But Tahree is an amazing trumpet player, musician in the Houston area. Plays with everybody. Plays all around. Axelrad, Montrose. I'm just naming stuff right now. But we're gonna let you talk about you. I just wanted to give you the introduction. Thank you again.
All right. Well, a little bit about me. I play trumpet. I've been playing trumpet for 16 years now, as of August the 10th. I moved here from California during, the whole COVID era. My city had shut down. No music. Bunch of riots.
Where's your city?
Sacramento. Yeah, sorry.
Real quick, that mic, Willie, make sure that red logo on the front of it.
It's facing me.
You can put it a little farther away from you.
It just needs to be facing me.
Yeah, just need to be fit. Feel free to pull that cord a little bit, maybe too, if it needs to do that. Don't worry, I'll cut this out.
Yeah, like Sacramento shut down. No music to play. I had an opportunity to move out here because of my dad's side of the family. My grandmother on my father's side had hit me up, and she was just like, yeah, like, you want to come down here? Came down here. I told them I want to stay here. I went back to Sacramento, got my stuff, and I came back. And I think the first jam session I went to was Mercantile. Somebody had mentioned it, and I was like, I'm going to go over there. Then it was Avant Garden. Then it was Chez Hans, but I didn't get... I did play there, but not with the house band that plays there or that played there. And then really just started playing all over. I ended up creating a band called Actual Proof. We call ourselves AP Boys. We got John and BK on the keys, Ace on the bass, Max on drums. We played a lot of fusion, hip-hop. But Max is more of a rock guy, so we had some rock in there too as well. We did a lot of events. I put on Lunar Eclipse concerts during the Lunar Eclipse with that band. It's been a grind to get that going. Our last one was probably our best one, to be honest. It was packed out. So many people came. So many people supported. It was good.
Where was that at?
We did our last one at
Was that Ojiman?
Our first one was at Ojiman, actually.
Okay.
So our first one was at Ojiman, and I threw a hissy fit because, like, I think only one person came.
Oh, well.
That was lit at Ojiman. That was the
Yeah.
most people I've ever seen there.
Nah, it was like a few people.
Shit.
And then we did it. We did it again at Ojiman. More people came up the second time. That's actually when they had built the stage. So the first time we did it, they didn't have the stage at Ojiman. And then the second time we did it, they had that stage, which was very helpful because now there was more space for everybody to come in and stuff. The third Eclipse concert was at Exchange to Change. It's this Black woman-owned thrift shop. We sold that one out unexpectedly. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I guess people have a tendency of buying tickets the day of, and it scares me because it's like if I don't see anybody if I don't see that Eventbrite going up before, I start to be like, okay, nobody's coming, right? And I wasted all this money doing all this, but people came out last minute. It was a vibe. While we were playing, the moon had turned red. The moon had turned red while we were playing, so that was pretty cool. And then our last one was at this thrift shop called Outlaw over there in the Montrose area. That one was probably like, in my opinion, I think that was our best one. It was packed out. We had a bartender, my girl Nisi in the bar. We had this DJ. My group. We had Lakita, and we had Travis perform. It was a whole vibe. We're not gonna see another eclipse until 2025, though. So I'm just planning things out.
Ain't there a solar eclipse on the 24th of October?
I love that y'all know this.
I don't want to do a solar one.
You don't want to do a solar eclipse? Are those the bad ones?
They're not the bad ones. It's just like, I think lunars, they just give like the full experience. Because solar is kind of like half.
It's like
Lunar is like the whole thing is like covered.
It's like what? Which one they do the Aztec sacrifices? Is it the solar?
The Ring of Fire
That's
is
the
the
full
October.
like eclipse, right? Is that solar when it's full?
No,
October
lunar is when it's
14th,
full.
2023.
Solar is like when it's half.
We need to call the Gematrinator on.
Yeah, 20. Yeah, we got a show on the 24th of October. Just to respect their name, we won't mention who it is, but it is a prominent Houston organization. And so I'm kind of like, that's kind of funny that they got it going on the eclipse.
That is interesting.
Whatever, no big deal. But before this, we were randomly looking into something really, really cool.
Yeah.
And also very silly. We want our viewers to tell us what they think about these miniature creatures. What do you think about these miniature alien creatures? Real or whack? What do we think? Not this. Yeah, there you go.
That was like that was like somebody's
That's
garden
too much,
tool.
Real
dude.
Like,
talk, dude. Whack,
that's not real.
Hold up.
Like,
That's Carlito.
and if it is real, like, why would they
right?
store that?
At least
Oh,
Stephen
it's-
Greer's little alien that he did on Sirius was like really detailed.
it
Like
looked like it has some detail on it.
exactly. Like if it was a hoax, then at
And
least
that
somebody
thing
like
looked weird too to me.
mhm,
And so this is just
probably
like
fake.
Looks like a garden
I'll go
gnome.
back to it. in a
this
second.
looks like a clay figure they made for the set of Close Contact, or what's that Spielberg movie? The
E.T.
E.T. They made that for
Oh my god!
like a clay model, and then they left it in the attic for too long, and then now
and they're like, let's show the world
Yeah.
this nonsense.
But maybe it's so real that it looks fake. Is that what it is?
Who knows at this point? We got AI now.
Right.
We have AI. Like, you can literally make another person if you
Mhm.
want.
I feel. I'm sorry. I'm almost done.
We ain't capturing.
I just wanted to record the screen actually.
We're building up to the fake alien invasion, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna have an invasion. I mean,
I'll tell you what my gut level says about this Mexico thing.
Side note, I went back and watched Ready Player One for the second time. It's
Ooh, I
only
need
the
to
second
watch
time I've seen
that. Yeah.
Dude, I like cried at the end. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Straight up.
Is it better the same time?
It was better the second time. I don't remember how detailed it was. And I don't know if the analogy I took from it is what Spielberg was trying to say, but like I don't know. That movie's deep, dude.
Let's go back to Ready Player One for a second, but let's check out these alien mummy statues, whatever they are, their bodies,
The
their
fake
mummified bodies in
bodies.
Mexico. To me, it comes off as they're trying out Project Bluebeam aspects in Mexico
Mm-hmm.
and in other countries before it
Mhm.
comes to the US for the big shebang,
Mm-hmm.
and they're doing a little testy test. To me, that doesn't pass court. Okay.
I feel like we should maybe even just check on some of the specifics of this
Let's
since
go.
it'll give it a little bit more. I'm just going to read some of the front ones.
Damn, this is New York Post.
Mexican, yeah, Mexican politicians. When did this article come out? Today.
Today.
This article's from this morning.
Wow.
Okay, Mexican politicians were shown 2 mummified corpses this week that a UFO expert claimed are a clear demonstration of, quote, non-human aliens. The 2 bodies with only 3 fingers on each hand and elongated ET-style heads were displayed in windowed boxes Tuesday for a public congressional hearing on unidentified anomalous phenomena. The corpses are between 700 and 1,800 years old.
I didn't
Okay, that's
know
pretty
that.
important to know.
Wow.
X-rays showing one has mysterious eggs inside.
Oh,
Okay.
We are not alone. Okay, well then open the fucking thing up.
open it.
Right.
Prove it, dude. I don't care if you break it open.
Mysterious eggs. Okay.
Open it up.
Okay.
See what the freaking eggs are.
Bro.
Eggs can last 700 plus years.
They're from
Wow.
Peru. They were found in 2017. I can affirm these bodies have no relation to human beings, said the director of the Scientific Institute of Mexican Health, Zal Jesus.
Huh.
Whoa, that is a long name. Jose de Jesus Zalcel Benitez. It's pretty fucking
That
sweet.
straight up looks like ET, dude.
Jose of
Yeah.
Jesus.
Come on, bro. Look at that fucking.
It also looks like this may be a trap, but I was gonna say all the little figurines in the museums of like ancient history, especially
Mhm.
when I was at the Museum of History in Mexico. That was pretty crazy. I'm not saying these are from Mexico, but they had different cultures all.
So what does the audience think? Comment below. Real because of this reason, fake because of this reason. Everyone for real raise their hands right here in this room.
Wait, what's the option?
Real or fake?
Fake.
Fake.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Well,
everyone's
fake.
for fake. There you go.
Fake, yeah. It's
Gut-
way too convenient.
We-
Dude.
we'll
Yeah,
just
come from the
say
New York Post,
Gut says fake.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, gut says
But
fake.
we
Mine
leave
is
the
kind of like
possibi-
we'll see what happens.
Right.
But we leave the
right.
possibility open.
Like that's just really
But
what
you
it
gotta.
is.
We need a little. It's tough. These are fucking stones.
Like I said, like what is anything nowadays anyway?
Mhm.
I mean, I know some.
I like the Project Blue Beam
Yeah.
testing.
Yeah, it's like they're testing in Mexico. They're going to test it in another country. They'll test it in Canada, I'm sure. Maybe there'll be one in Australia.
And the fact that all this alien talk is coming out right now just shows that they're pushing the narrative, dude.
Out
It's
of
just
nowhere.
like,
Yeah.
Okay, what do you say to somebody who argues that says it's all coming out because everybody's feeling more compelled to come out with it and feels that it's safer to come out with it? What is the argument for that?
Then bring everything out there at that point if that's how you feel. I mean,
Yeah, like let's be then way more transparent.
So what's
because
gonna happen? Like, okay, if aliens
I think that's a
do
good point.
exist amongst us, are we going to, I don't know, exterminate them? Are we going to be engaging with them? Like, what are we supposed to do?
Well, in those
with that?
there were some hearings that happened a couple weeks ago, last month, something like that. There were the big like hearings about UFOs.
Mm-hmm.
And there were so many parts that I listened to where they're like, I'll tell you where that is, but that's private information. We can't mention it here. Or I'll tell you what that is, or I'll tell you what we have, but I can't say it here. I can say it behind closed doors. And it's like,
I mean, I'm pretty
Nah.
sure like they have like some.
not if
crazy
they're real.
technology
Just
that-
say it. You're already on TV.
Yeah, you're
right?
already
just,
on.
just
Shut
say
up,
it,
dude.
yeah.
Oh, but there's an extra level you can't
There's
say.
one more level.
Dude, it's like-
That's like saying that's like saying to somebody, yo, and then be like, actually, nah, dude.
Right.
They're like, what?
I heard this
Like,
story
nah.
about
Like,
you,
I
bro,
can- like,
but
I
I
can-
can't tell you the
Like,
details.
I can
of it,
tell you what's going on in here, but no.
right? It's
Like,
like they're not actually.
You need the
giving
secret
us
chiropractic
anything.
formula? Well, I have it,
Mhm.
but no. Can't give it to you.
The what formula?
The secret chiropractic formula.
Oh, the secret grabbing.
But it's like you have to be at level
Mhm.
100 CIA dash sergeant dash captain level to know that.
ultra super top secret.
Yeah.
We'll exchange Houston Ensemble 0-point energy anti-gravitational technology in exchange for secrets of the aliens. Okay, let's go.
But think about it. If aliens do exist, right? Imagine the music. I wonder what they listen to.
Yeah.
Right?
I want to know.
You
the
think
music.
you think synesthesia will entertain them?
Yeah.
Some
They might be
psychedelic
into
jazz.
it.
You think we can give some psychedelic jazz?
Yeah,
I think so.
You think they'll
I
mess
just
with
want
it?
to talk to like an alien, just see what it's about.
Like, I wonder what instruments they play.
No.
I don't know. Pretty sure.
Probably only what's Sophie? Probably only the theremin.
Oh, yeah.
They're just all
Yeah. Alien beats.
alien beats. That'd be so. I
think
almost
that'd be
bought a
fire.
theremin. And if anybody doesn't know what a theremin is,
You're tripping.
you're in for a treat because it's basically a instrument that's a rectangle, something like that, that has all the electronics in it, and then a stick that's up, and you're basically playing
You're
the
literally
air
like
where it interacts. And
interacting with vibrations, bro. It's pretty crazy. It's gnarly. I want to get one. We have to get a theremin.
It's a
Get
cool
a
instrument.
theremin.
I could see the
We could play that at Axelrad. If we did that at Axelrad, get a theremin, and just like kind of like hide it, and then like I stop playing the trumpet, and I just
that'd be cool.
Right.
people be like, "What is he doing?
Right.
He's an alien."
Theremin bass line.
For real.
I bet the powers that be is monitoring what we're interested in via
Right.
internet or via however,
Yeah,
you know.
definitely. Yeah.
Check your phone, you're gonna see a theremin on it.
And then they'll pump that out, you know. They'll pump that narrative out, like they'll spin it and turn it up on us, sort of thing. Does that make sense?
Definitely,
You know?
100%.
So that's
Yeah.
what I would say to the person that's just like that's questioning this all being real.
It'd be so easy to
that.
do because you already know as soon as you say something, the phone will
That's
give you an
awesome.
ad, right?
Mhm.
Your phone will give you an ad, as Tahree
Totally.
just said. So then they send a news article out. They do a quick scan of what the chatter is because
Exactly.
everyone has social media.
It's so easy.
They get an instant aggregate of what everybody thinks about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they change the story accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see that movie Get Smart with Steve Carell?
Yeah.
And in the beginning of the movie, he's like on his iPod original or something, and he's walking or looking. He's outside, and he's just listening to chatter
I do remember
because
that. Yeah.
he's in the CIA,
Mhm.
and he's just listening to Russian chatter. And I was like, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
I could even see them probing us, like throwing out a couple ideas and see what we latch on to.
That's
It's
what I'm
like,
saying.
all right.
That's what that is. It's
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
aliens exist, okay? And then
Yeah.
I still gotta pay rent by the end of the month. I don't care
Yeah.
about that.
Mhm.
I'm not worried about that.
Yeah. I think until it slaps you in the face.
What about that student debt relief, huh? You keep poking that at me
Thank
like
you.
you about to do something.
Or free education.
I've been sending you feed pics for 3 years. Where's my debt relief, dude?
That's Wow.
What do you think that these things are supposed to be here?
I guess
brain
their
scans.
brains. It's probably just
No, I think
somebody
these are
else's
the
brain.
eggs.
Oh,
wow.
the
X-rays of
eggs.
the specimens supposedly showed that one of the bodies has eggs inside.
That
wow.
looks like a CAT
Okay,
scan
so
of the brain.
that's
I mean, that could also be fake.
it. Also looks like that does look like a typical embryo fetus,
Right, it
fetal
does.
position.
Right. That's
That's
true.
fine, but whatever. I
Ooh,
don't-
that's perfect.
that's
Ooh.
fine because that if you're taking it from that they're tricking you, you
Right.
could say like we can relate to that.
Right, they
Very
made it look like an
easy.
embryo, right?
Mm.
You think a species that looks how those aliens looks is gonna have the exact same mammalian embryo shape as us? I don't know.
Well, the reptilians and all of them have the same embryo. So,
That's true.
but see, what they would do is easily they plan something like this. So, for like a half smarty pants guy,
Mhm.
they would be like, "Oh, but come on, man, it looks like an embryo. Like, how? What are you saying? They would fake
Right.
the embryo, bro." You know,
Bro, I don't believe a fucking word they say. Straight up.
I know. Me
Yeah.
neither.
Yeah, I just
No, this looks low
conclusion.
budget. I mean, they had to do a little better than this to me. Look at this guy. Come on. He looks like he sells Kleenex.
Yeah, he doesn't have a winning aura to him.
That
You
was
look like
something-
a
He's at a
loser.
winning aura.
You're fired.
That's something for like Halloween. Like put
Yeah,
that in the
no, I
front
know.
door.
It
Trick or
really
treat.
does
like,
look
Yeah,
like-
that's
and
what
the
that
little
is.
dirt they left on it.
Actually,
like,
it looks more
why
like
is there a little bit of dirt left, like on
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
the bed?
how is this
Why
thing
would they
this
leave
old,
a little dirt left?
but it's not just the skeleton. Like,
It could. I mean, it could be like
They
rock deposit, but I think that that's really dumb. I mean, they could be like little, like really solidified piece of rock that they didn't want to then crack
They didn't want to
as they try to remove it.
And
Or
this is
That makes sense.
this
but
is still insinuating that the
Actually, let's
ETs
take
are
a
made up
really
of the
fucking
same
close look at this.
material that we are. You know, it's like
And we're probably not.
exactly. I could see them being, I don't know, like spirits or like ghosts or like I don't
I-
know. It's
That's
like
what
I
I
still
feel like the mouth and the chin and the nose
it's too close to ET, bro.
is
I'm telling you, man.
not. It's like not.
That's like
It's it's-
stereotypical alien.
That's Carlito.
Watch
Yeah,
this shit be
it's
real
made
as
up.
fuck and we look like idiots.
I mean, if it's real shit,
I just don't
it's
think that
lit.
even like they're ahead. If they have some sort of evolution, which they're saying they do based on that embryo,
What if we're the aliens?
I don't think their chin and lip is going
There
to
we
be
go.
one piece
I'm
like
saying,
that.
what
Even
if we are.
We probably are the aliens. I mean, Tahree said it.
look, it's in a
Well,
freaking thermometer.
What is that?
666.
It says 6.
There we go.
I'm kidding.
I was gonna say, bro, that's a huge clue right there, dude. Come on, come on. Are we not even gonna talk about like
here we go. 4 plus 9 equals 13. That's 4. There's a 6. That's 10. There's a 5. There's 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. So there it is. There's your 6. No,
Yay.
I'm
Got
kidding.
it.
I'm joking. I just can't see the other numbers.
Just make numbers.
I mean,
All right, they canceled for being fake.
We're done. Done for.
Also, Vladimir Putin meeting up with North Korea leader to buy weapons from North Korea.
Oh,
That also came out today. It's almost like the news is too outrageous to even want to listen to. They're just trying to like come out with something crazier and crazier every day.
desensitize us, man. We can
I
hear
just-
anything right now.
Since
and
we're
we won't
on
care.
the news topic, I just thought, I mean, there might not be anything, but I thought it could be funny just to see what something like CNN is front. Let's see. Ford's former CEO is a stark warning for both the UAW and auto. I don't know what that means. Water worker finds ancient necklaces. That's cool. Cruise ship runs aground in Greenland. That's funny.
Go to politics. Go to go to politics.
That'll be better. Why we're still learning new things about the JFK assassination. I'd actually be kind of curious what they say about that, considering RFK is definitely out front in
Mhm.
public thought right now. Let's just see like what the first. It's hard to believe that there's a new eyewitness account from a Secret Service agent who was right there at the assassination of John F. Kennedy. This is, after
good.
all, among the most investigated, revisited, and argued about events in U.S. history.
it
But
is. My
Paul
mom's still trying to investigate this.
Landis, who in 1963 was a young agent detailed to protect the First Lady, Jacqueline Kennedy, shares recollections in a new memoir, the quote, "The Final Witness," to be published next month. Final Witness is the title. The 60th anniversary of the assassination is in November. What Landis remembers about being near Kennedy's body could challenge elements of the so-called magic bullet theory, that one of the bullets that struck Kennedy also wounded then Texas Governor John Connally. According to the Warren Commission, the intact bullet was discovered when it was knocked onto the floor next to a stretcher holding Connally. Jesus, I feel like we're not getting to the thing yet. Landis, now 88, described the assassination and said he retrieved a bullet from the limousine that had carried the Kennedys. Landis said he later placed it in the exam room where the president was being treated at Parkland Memorial Hospital. He described a chaotic scene and his split-second decisions both to remove the bullet from the limousine and then place it next to the president. Quote, "I thought, well, this is the perfect place to leave the bullet. It's an important piece of evidence, and this was the opportunity to leave it," Landis said. Fake.
You find the intact bullet on the stretcher, and then you're like, "Oh, this is perfect. I
Oh,
must
yeah.
leave it right there for the
Right.
photo.
And as I stop reading it and
Yeah.
I'm just droning on that,
Yeah.
I see it even further out because they're saying that the question that people have is why was that bullet like I think they said they never found the bullet that hit Kennedy in the car or something, and that
All right, bro, my bad.
they said, oh, we have this bullet next to his bedstand. I believe that's what it was. Do you know what I'm saying? And
From
so,
one of the
and so
stories,
he's
but
like
here
adding
they just
evidence.
Right.
He's adding the evidence that he put it there,
That's so weird.
and so there's no question.
That's a weird thing to do.
That's a totally
That's
weird
kinda
thing to
rad.
do. Like, think about this: you're
Here's
in a
the evidence.
limousine.
Yeah.
You're a
Right.
Secret Service agent. The president just got sniped. His head just exploded.
I wouldn't even think about
Everybody,
picking up
they
a
go to
bullet
where they go.
to put it behind their
Let's say they
body.
keep driving. They keep driving somewhere. They get to a safe spot. I don't know what that is, but everybody's freaked out. Everybody's going crazy. The Secret Service is trying to do their thing. There's blood and guts everywhere in that car. That Secret Service guy sees the bullet in the limousine with law enforcement training, most likely, right? And you would think, don't move evidence. I don't know.
Wasn't Lee Harvey Oswald supposed to be behind JFK too? Wasn't the shot made from behind him? But JFK buckled back, like we know now that the bullet came from in front. I'm pretty sure the theory now is there were guys behind the fence
Weren't
that
there
were in
two
front.
bullets? See, I don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
There's two bullets. One bullet went through two people.
Mm-hmm. Apparently
One
now we
magic
know that there
bullet,
was
one real
definitely
bullet.
multiple shooters. Because he would have to have pulled like a Angela Jolie wanted.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
the bullet would have to go forward and come back. And then apparently the way they processed the film, it's shot backwards. I remember watching like a 3-hour documentary. I've seen so many
Well,
documentaries about the
Joe
JFK
Rogan has this guy on. Is it Oliver Stone? Who
thing.
it
That
is?
sounds familiar.
Who like just did this whole expose on the 9/11, or Jesus, not 9/11, the
JFK.
JFK assassination. Oh my God, he's just knocked out.
I love it. He's never been this
Sophie.
social. It's because I had the chicken.
had
That's what I
left.
got to do, huh? I got to bring chicken in.
bro.
You got that
It's
chicken
in the
warmth.
chicken.
It's like that groin area is warm from the chicken. Anyway, liar. We don't buy shit, dude.
See, that's what I wonder about it is obviously I would give it 15% of people that go to the CNN website actually read any of these articles, right? I would say maybe even less than that.
Right.
And then, so once you actually read these articles, and I got in the habit of at least reading the first 5-6 paragraphs, it's usually, you read it back to yourself, it doesn't read right. It doesn't feel right, doesn't sound right, doesn't sound like reality. Everything seems like strategically placed to build some part of a misinformation plot.
Exactly.
And then I feel crazy saying that, but at the same time, I think that the news stopped being the news and started being some sort of a narrator for the minds of the people somewhere around the 90s.
A narrator
officially.
for the minds of the
You
people.
buy like a girl. You buy like
Tahree.
a girl.
Let's bring it back to you. You're not even from Houston, right?
Nope.
Not at all.
Mm-mm.
I was gonna say earlier when you were telling that story, I was like, man, it felt like you like when you came. I remember the very first day you were at Mercantile
Mhm.
because I remember you were practicing outside, and I had no idea who you were. I was like, who is
Just trying
this
to warm
guy?
up.
Who is this cat? I was like, this guy, is this about to go wild? And then you're you, and that was cool.
It got wild.
It did, and it does. But I was gonna say, kind of in relation to this stuff, what is your take on Houston and this kind of thought? What you see with people, what you see people believing, how people are acting. Even in the communities that we're in. What are your thoughts on that?
I think as far as like what, like
Kind of the culture of the city, the political culture, the social culture.
from
Very open-ended.
from my perspective,
Maybe it's too open-ended.
or really just based off what I've seen. As far as music, the culture down here, very I guess, laid back, not as progressive as Sacramento or I mean LA, California, or whatever. Um, I could say it's cliquish, but people kind of just treat you like, at least they treated me that way. Like they kind of just had open arms for me. The jazz community, with the exception of one guy, the hip hop, the rap community. Um, they're more, I guess, open to try new things, but they are going to stick to, these musicians are going to stick to what they know. You have the R&B scene where it's straight covers. You can't really you can't do much about that. And
It's
really
a whole
just
niche in its own.
yeah. Well, that's just because a lot of the clubs or music spots that's what they want to hear. Well, at least the black music spots they want to hear R&B, soul. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that if you're an eclectic artist and you want to hear something different, you can't go to that spot. You go to that spot to play your part. That's about it. But you can get some good money out of it. Because I mean, if you can play "Can We Talk," everybody will love it. If we play Giant Steps, they're gonna be like, "I don't know what that is. Don't come back." And I didn't play Giant Steps, but there were situations where like they told me, "Oh, you're gonna be playing some jazz." So I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna play some straight ahead, do some standards or whatever." I play it, and they're like, "Oh no, that's not what we meant." I'm like, "What does that mean? What do you mean it's not what you mean? You said jazz." If you're gonna tell me jazz, I'm gonna think straight ahead, off rip. I'm not gonna think contemporary or R&B. I'm just gonna think, okay, softly, done up in you. I'm gonna play those things. But
What did they have in mind?
R&B,
R&B.
instead of just saying R&B, they said jazz. I'll talk about that word in a second. And then the other scenes, like the Axarads and the beer gardens and stuff, they're more open to like different kinds of music. Like we were able to play our stuff, you know what I mean?
Right.
And everybody actually liked it.
And they loved it.
They loved it. Normally they have like, straight ahead cats down there, but we went down there, we played some psychedelic shit, some crazy shit. It was just wild, up tempo. It was wild. People in the crowd like, what is this? What's
But
going
it's
on?
also it also swings, but it also does not.
And exactly.
That's cool.
And we just have the players that can do it. Like AJ can swing, but he also has that pocket. Chad can swing, but he can groove. So it's like, we have a lot of versatility. And I feel like for us, the versatile musicians, we would have to either come up with a way where we produce our own shows so we can play our original music and stuff like that, or venture out. Houston, to me, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not from here, so I'm not coming at it from like I know this. Just from what I've observed is that they want to hear R&B and blues.
No, are you spot on?
Like that's
a way to put it, yeah.
Yeah, like at least the majority of the times or the majority of the places. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. That's just the Houston scene. Because if you go to California, you go to Oakland, like I lived in Oakland for a little bit. They're like jazz, like straight ahead. They have Yoshi's. I mean, just the whole Bay Area. They got the Black Cat,
The Blue Whale.
Yeah,
Is
all
that
that.
the Bay Area?
Jeffrey's in a Circle. I played at Jeffrey's in a Circle every Sunday. There was a black-owned jazz club straight ahead. They have walls of pictures of all the greats, trumpet players, horn players, everybody was on that wall. They put me on that wall.
Nice.
That was pretty cool. But, California they're more progressive. Like, they're trying to go to the next
Yeah.
thing. Houston, you know, everybody's just kind of chill, like, oh, R&B, I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
So I
She's-
feel like I feel like we'd have to venture out.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been to Austin that much to understand what's going on down there, but I do know they have Monks. I like Monks. I found a
Speaking
spot.
of, not that anybody's gonna
Yeah,
see
there you
this,
go.
but we got
You
that
got a
monk
mug shirt.
drip
Nice.
on.
They got Elephant Room. That place is crazy. It's like Chez Jean's but on crack.
The great
Damn.
Bill Sully and Kim posted on Facebook that they were playing there last night, and it was the best time he's had in a long, long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Best audience he's
Yeah.
played for in a long,
So
long
I'll
time.
tell you about that. So Elephant Room is underground. You know what I'm saying? Go down there and it's literally like the vibe that I get from it. Old school, get a cigarette and a beer and just listen to the
Vibe.
jazz. Just vibe out to the jazz. Like the players are crazy. Trumpet, Mike Sailors, this guy named Abraham on the trumpet. Like those guys are wild. And it's just a vibe. The contrast to that spot was Parker's. Parker's is more clean jazz, you know.
I feel like it tries to be upscale New York,
Yeah, it's like, you know, upscale
and they
jazz.
try to only book like big acts. Literally, I'm not saying that, but somebody told me that.
Yeah, that's what they told me because I wanted to see if I could play down there. And he was like, nah, we really only book like, you know,
Like Robert Glasper and shit.
Robert Glasper, you know, Wynton Marsalis. But the Elephant Room, they're a little more open. But I think because the Elephant Room has that open vibe, like the musicians that play down there, they're just comfortable. So they're
Mhm.
doing anything. They're not trying to play on the rails and
Mhm.
stuff. And like how we have R&B versus jazz, you have jazz versus jazz.
Mhm.
Like you got the underground jazz and you got the upscale jazz. Upscale jazz, from what I've seen, they play it safe.
Mhm.
Very safe. I've never heard anybody play anything out.
Is it like way more traditional?
Yeah, like just imagine a record, like imagine like a Chet Baker record. Like that's what it sounds like. It sounds like they're trying to record a record. And if that's what they're doing, then you know, go for it. You know, that's the sound that they want. That's what they're gonna work towards. It's not for me per se, because I like energy. I'm very energetic. I'm very eclectic. So if we're too flat, I have to do something to get a spark. And I'm always go to an underground jazz spot because I just feel like that vibe is comfortable for me. Like I could be myself there. If I played at Parker's, I'm not saying I couldn't play there. I most definitely can, but we'll turn that place upside down. We'll literally flip it. It'll be a whole. I'm sorry. It'll be a whole flip. You know, they're coming in here dressed up. Here's some jazz. We gonna go in there and swing hard. I mean, look how we did Monks. You know what I'm saying? And that's also why I like Monks too. Like they're not really discriminatory about like who they got because they had me, Jerome, and Chad up there. Jerome banging on the drums.
Oh
you know,
yeah, he's a beast.
that fool was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think he wants like just amazing jazz inspired jazz.
yeah.
Call
honestly,
it.
yeah.
When I hear him play, it's like that's what jazz drums are supposed to sound like.
Drum is
Like,
great at that.
mhm.
But yeah, that is a cool reason for Colin to, or not jazz inspired jazz, but jazz inspired music, but right up against the threshold of getting into cover R&B. You know, like that's
Right.
probably where it stops if there's some sort of threshold for it.
Nah, trust me. If I own the spot like how Colin does, don't come here playing R&B. That's not what I want to hear.
Feel that.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's a creative outlet, really,
Like-
because you can be really creative.
But that's what music's for. Like music, to me at least, like when I'm on stage playing, it's a whole therapy session for me.
Mm-hmm.
Ideas come and go all the time. If I feel like I'm restricted, I'm not gonna enjoy the show. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, There are gonna be shows where it's just strictly about the money, do your part, whatever. I'm gonna do those regardless. 300 wedding, 500 for a wedding. I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? Whatever, because that's what I gotta do. I got rent to pay. But when I really want to like get creative, I try to like play at spots like Axelrad. We gonna get. I gotta get
Montrose
Lucy. Yeah,
Market.
Montrose. You know what I'm saying? Like Montrose, Axelrad, or like some of these local artists. They put on like shows. They just want to hear, jazz. They just want to hear music. Stuff like that. And they're gonna be open to it because they're around our age and they're trying to, expand their creativity as well. So it's like you have to give creatives an outlet to create. That way the world can go around. Because if you just make everything so corporate or so like knit and tight, I know I'm not gonna enjoy it. At least not in the long run,
Yeah.
So like this is what I see. That painting right there, when I play music, I see those things.
Hell yeah.
I don't see black and white notes. I see
It's called
figures.
Space Breakfast.
Houston needs that.
Breakfast.
Houston needs that. Stretch out people's
I,
ears.
I was gonna say earlier, I feel like a good analogy that I saw in my head was that Houston is like a big, super comfy, dirty couch. How does that feel? That analogy.
That's well said. Yeah.
Super
I feel that.
pretty comfy, dirty couch that you're like, I don't want to throw it away.
Right. That's why everybody ends up leaving, dude. That's the unfortunate thing. Like all our big players end up leaving. Because that very thing you're talking about.
Because I was gonna say this earlier when you were mentioning famous people. Like Houston used to have, to my knowledge, so many of the like top tier jazz people, specifically jazz players, specifically coming through at a place like Rockefeller's, at a place like
I've heard about that spot. Are they still
Ready Room / what it was whenever it was a long time ago. I think Rockefeller's is more of just an event space right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's another one? Does the Big Easy have a long history
there was
like that?
Chapman and Kirby.
Yeah.
But
That
that's
got shut
that's
down.
new.
That's new? Oh, okay.
That's like
That's
contemporary,
like
I think.
the one spot I had one too. That's where I met
Well, I can only name 2 off the top of my
Your
head. But
boy.
anyway, there's a lot of great music that came through here.
Mhm.
How do we make this really? Let's just do a hard shift to a really trippy discussion that needs to happen, and you take us there.
Well, is this as far as your mind wants to go, baby?
Young
You
Punk.
gotta open up.
I wanna
open up
get-
your legs a little bit.
This guy.
I don't play like that. Come on, I don't swing that way.
Wow.
What is something?
Just go to the cat. Cat's interesting.
I feel like there's so many things that I
Zoom
had on
up
my
on the cat.
mind that we can zoom in on them right now. Press zoom. That's for the edits later. There's so many things that I wanted to talk about that were of that nature. And
Jazz beef.
no, because it's so hard for people to relate to it that we know. But
Fair.
what do you think about Tahree? We just had one of our friends who's a high-level Freemason, really cool guy, very interesting body of knowledge. We had his friend on the other day as well that was a follower of the left-hand path, which is quote-unquote more satanic, or I guess we would call it on the side of satanic versus on the side of right hand, which would be more like light.
Would he say that though? He wouldn't say it like that though.
But I think he's on that side. He says that both paths meet at the top at the
But
end.
he doesn't deny what you just said.
But he doesn't, right. But he just would say that being on that left-hand side doesn't make you evil. And so to me, that sounds like siding with the left-hand path, the side that Satan would be on or is on, and you siding on that is not of darkness or evil nature. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think anything that's of darkness and evil nature is just darkness of evil nature. Like if you're dipping and dabbing in that you got some things to work on. I don't know.
Do you think like the idea of Satan, whether you believe in it literally or not, just the concept of Satan is inherently negative or inherently dark?
Man, there's so many different angles to hit this one from.
Yeah, hit it from that zodiac angle. Hit it.
Because people say zodiacs are like evil.
Yeah.
They do
Seems
say
like the
that.
occult is
Going
very
off
into
tarot
astrology.
shit.
I feel like, well, based off like what I've seen, on the internet, what other people have said, you have some who say Satan is the one that didn't follow the leader.
Mm-hmm.
They say that. You have some that say Satan is our, I guess, dark side. You have some that say we could benefit off of them. There's just so many different ways to look at it. I don't really believe in all that. I just happen to hear things because I see it. There's another one that somebody had said something. I'm trying to remember. Because they're trying to say he's not necessarily bad. It was a Facebook post like years ago. But long story short, the gist of their whole post was like Satan's not necessarily a bad person. He just does the things that we already want to do and just brings it out versus trying to act like we're all goody people and we're not.
Well, that's
Something
true.
like that.
But that's definitely true. I think my first reaction is like maybe a response I'm supposed to be like, well, duh. But then
Right.
I'm like, just because that's the expression of my dark side or the things that I shouldn't do doesn't make them good.
Exactly.
Of course not.
Something like that. So that's why I always feel like
and
Satan.
you most definitely want to you don't want to act on it. I mean, what you do is gonna always bite you back. So if people want to go on the dark side, it's not gonna benefit them in the long run.
And also maybe the guy that we're referring to is of the dark side. There's probably some sort of threshold to how deep into the darkness you go, because it seems like it's one thing to be like, oh yeah, I like black, I like imagery of that stuff, but I'll never start dripping blood and trying to really do that.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many different layers you have to go through to get into that kind of stuff. And I don't think most people would even want to do that. Even if they thought about it. I'm not going through that.
What's that whole saying? You dance with the devil, he changes you, you don't change him, sort of
Right,
thing.
like you can't do nothing with that.
You can't two-step the devil. You're trying to two-step the devil, man.
I just feel like even a conversation, he's gonna persuade you. It's like, what are you gonna convince him of? To go to God? Like he's clearly picked his path. It's like, I don't know.
And also, obviously, this has been said many times on the podcast. There is the yin yang. Satan is and he just has to be because it's binary.
Which one's positive? Yang or yin? I forgot. Or which one was what?
Which
one is like masculine
I
and feminine, right?
I think yin is white and I think yang is black, which means.
Let's look.
Hold on, let's
I
check.
forgot.
Got the LGBTQ yin and yangs going on. now.
Rainbows. Who don't like rainbows?
Okay, come on, buddy. I literally read this in the book, but I would not be able to tell you. Yin.
Translation.
Okay.
Yin.
So yin is the feminine, the passive negative principle, and then yang is the masculine positive nature. So
Yin,
The concept-
sinister, treacherous.
Yeah, the concept of yin and yang is like
What? Vagina?
you need
Penis?
both. Oh my god.
What?
So,
But yeah, it's binary. It's 1 0.
Like
you need both.
You most definitely need both. I feel like, and this is just like how I kind of think about things. There's always a negative and a positive in every situation, no matter what.
There has
it's
to
really
be,
just
too.
it's just about how you react to it. Some people like me are hot-headed. I know I'm hot-headed. I'll go on 10 very fast. Some people are like, let me assess the situation before I make a move. Some people will run away. Some people would just go into shock. It's just really how like
was
how you
good.
have to deal with it. Because I think like we could complain about all the craziness going on Earth right now, but it's not going to stop. Slavery is still
True.
a thing in different countries.
Right.
You know, it's not going to stop. And you would have to live your life, one, knowing that, and two, not getting too personal about things that go on around you or to you. Like I'm still learning how to not take things super personal. From my experiences, you're gonna experience things. The type of people I don't really like are people who are fox positive, like fake positive. Like they're just so delusional to what's going on. They just, oh, well, I have a positive mindset, so that's not happening. And it's like, that's cool.
It's the kind of thing you talk about.
But when it happens, what are you gonna do about it? Let it happen? Or you're gonna, oh, I'm positive. It's not happening. I had a conversation, with a lover, because I'm aggressive and she's passive. Like she's very like, I want to keep the peace, and I'm very like, I like peace. Yeah, like pretty much. Like I'm very much like, don't try me. And she's like, let's be friends. I'm like, get away from me. And her perspective, it is correct. Like you want to live life, graciously. You don't want to have like too many enemies. But my perspective of the thing is like, you're gonna have friends and enemies just cause like it doesn't matter. People are gonna dislike you because they see you wear cargo. Like, oh, Chad wears cargo pants. Don't like that guy.
Yep.
Oh, but Will, he has dreads. I like Will. Like it just it doesn't matter. And she's on this whole, well, don't you want everybody to like you? And I'm like, that's cool in a perfect world, but that's not how the world works.
That's not gonna happen.
Like even in music, even like performing, like the talk of the town is Tahree super cocky. Like whatever, okay. You think I'm cocky because I could confidently go on a stage and play what I want. All right, but the ones who say they don't like that, there's others that like that. Even in boxing, people hate Mayweather. A lot of people who want to see him lose hate him. A lot of people who are boxing purists love him. And you're not going to be able to please everybody. It's impossible. Like I could never be a people pleaser. I tried to be a people pleaser when I was younger, and it doesn't work. Like I can't go into a jam session and think I want to make everybody in this room like me. I don't even think about that. When I'm going to a jam session, it's because I'm done with a gig. I got some time to come play a little bit, get a drink, hang out with some friends. I'm not thinking about, man, like, I wonder if these rappers are going to like me. I wonder if these musicians are going to like me. If they do, they do. And if they don't, then they just don't. Like, I don't care. But that's yin and yang. Like, people like you, people don't. Positive, negative. It's here. You can't escape it. And I feel like I'm a realist, I guess. I'm more of a realist. People like to say glass half full, half empty. There's water in the glass. Like there's water in the glass.
It's funny.
Do what you gotta do with that. And just live life. Like it's just that's what it's about to me.
Drink the water.
Just drink the water.
See, the yin and the yang thing makes me think, do you think they're born villains? They're just born heroes and born villains on some M. Night
Good question.
Shyamalan Unbreakable shit, What if? Yeah,
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like it wouldn't have been any different anyway. As in the situation, like if you just take somebody, let's say they got messed up from a terrible childhood or
Yeah, like
literal
trauma.
like fetal alcohol syndrome,
Mhm.
like bad or something.
Or not, So a lot of
Or
serial
not.
killers had perfect childhoods,
Perfect lives, and they
Mhm.
just was like, "Oh, I just want to do
They're
this
just like,
thing."
I don't know why I'm bad. I just got something off,
I think that's just part of the game, the
They don't know
course.
why they're bad, but there's a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't know why they're bad, but
A doctor would say a chemical imbalance or,
Well-
that whole thing.
Also in this paradigm, if there's no bad, then there's really no good either,
Exactly.
because then
Right.
everything is just uniform. So if we live in a
I
place where it's
only want
1-0,
good.
Impossible.
I only good.
we only want good, but maybe maybe having the bad is what makes that wanting, and having that good that much more valuable and much more
Mhm.
educational for the
Mhm.
soul. Light. Oh my God.
Wow.
He looks like the freaking Mexico alien right now.
He was like shaking a minute ago. I was like, bro, are you all right?
He's knocked out. Done.
That's funny.
From my angle, he legitimately looks like.
Pause for the cat.
Let's
I
do a
gotta
break
take
so
a
I can
photo
grab
of
a
this.
drink.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I seen a dude get pedigreed in the bathroom in elementary. Like, the move where you
Oh, wait.
your head in between
Oh
your
my
Use the
god.
mic.
Oh.
I pressed
Oh,
it.
we're back on?
Are we
Oh,
playing?
I
Oh,
pressed
shit.
it now.
We're
My
back
bad.
on?
Yeah.
All right,
My
let's go.
bad.
Yeah, let's talk about this combat stuff. So
Oh,
Mhm.
you
oh.
almost killed somebody. You seen somebody pretty much get killed because that's what that.
My man got
movie is.
rushed to the hospital, yo.
What do you
It was
mean
fucked.
pedigreed?
Like where they put your head in between their legs, they grab your arms behind your back,
Mm-hmm.
and then they straight slam
Like,
on your face.
Oh.
Literally saw that get done in the bathroom.
I power bombed somebody before.
What is that?
Dude, that's when you flip a motherfucker and slam him
Yeah,
on the
like
back,
I
dude.
literally, I gotta tell the story. So, long story short, this dude hit me in the back of the neck for whatever reason. That whole neck thing, like, oh, that's a neck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you only do it with your homies. You don't do it with random people.
Even with your
You hit me in
homies,
my
it's like, what
spinal
the
cord.
fuck are you
Right.
doing right
So-
now, bro?
My brain stem.
Right. So I must have, like, I
That's
got
the
so
one off
mad.
limits.
Because everybody was laughing at me. They were like, oh, you just got slapped. And I ain't gonna lie, he was like this white boy that wanted to act like he was like a black boy. So I didn't really like him anyway. So he kind of just gave me a reason to just, all right, well.
Power bomb.
What does that
So-
look like?
So what I had did was I came with my right hand and I struck at his neck, but I grabbed it. And then I came with my left hand, I grabbed his neck from the other side. And I must have squeezed I squeezed his neck hella hard. And then I picked him up off his chair. As he was up here, I went under and I flipped him upside down and I just threw him on the
Damn.
floor. And
Is he alive?
I was gonna stomp on him, but
Dang.
somebody grabbed me.
My man went full rage mode.
I just remember.
Oh, he was nice after that. He became cool.
That just made me think. It's probably a little bit different, but when I was in like 4th grade, there was this kid who was being really annoying, and I went up to him and I picked him up and I spun around and I threw him on the ground because I was a bit bigger.
He just
I was
spun him
above
around.
average in 4th grade, and I just remember, literally spinning around so I had momentum to throw him on the ground, and then he started crying, and I was
my
like,
God.
"Oh shit!"
Oh, yeah.
Did not mean that.
Damn. What do y'all think of Bruce Lee? Tyree, Bruce Lee.
I love Bruce Lee. I
I
love
think,
Bruce
I think he was legit. I think maybe
Straight
he did
fundamentalist,
a little
dude.
bit too many movies towards the end. Maybe lost a certain.
Yeah, like
For
you,
sure.
you kind of lose the sauce when you do all the movies, but I think he was a legit martial artist.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
Technique was
And
insane.
I don't understand the untimely death of him and his son.
And his son, yep.
Pretty strange.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I see a stubborn man right there. I see a man not willing to bend and go with the agenda.
I do not go with the agenda.
I see a very headstrong guy. They don't like those.
Yeah, you got some people say that you got some people who say like they'll beat up Bruce Lee because he's only 140 pounds. I'm like, bro,
But if he kicks you in the fucking face, dude, your ass is going to sleep.
like Of course.
What's
Feel like water.
Like
what
there
is
are
the-
cases, there are cases where size does matter, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you can beat size with skill.
Yep.
That's why you have bodybuilders who don't know how to fight and they go
Mhm.
into a ring thinking
Mhm.
because I have muscles, I'm just gonna knock you out.
Mm-hmm. They got no
it's-
technique.
They have no technique.
Mhm.
And me being like a little guy growing up, I'll go box. You know, all the big kids, oh, I can beat you up. You're just skinny. We getting them gloves. They come in here. They're trying to throw all this.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm doing is I'm really just blocking their punches. Like they're
Mhm.
not even really hurting me or nothing. I'm just okay.
They're expending energy. They're wasting.
You're wasting all your time.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they get tired, I start tearing them up. And then they'll
Ali.
be like, oh, I'm tired.
Mhm.
Stop. Leave me."
Gassed.
I'm like, bro, you was just trying to assault me with a barrage of punches. And then you got everybody in the crowd. Ooh,
Right.
Tyree's getting hit. Dre is getting hit. Like, I have to tell this story. There was this Asian kid. He did Muay Thai. And when people had found out that I boxed, right, in school, they tried to like do some fight night shit with me and him. Like, oh, well, can you beat up, his name was Zeke. Can you beat up Zeke? Because, you know, he does Muay Thai and he's Asian, so he's going to beat you up. And I'm just like, if he wants to fight me, I don't care. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not about to run away, right? So I think the last day of school, Zeke had came and, you know, everybody hyping him up like, yeah, man, get them gloves. Da, da, da. Zeke is here. Zeke is here. I will say Zeke was a good fighter, though. He was challenging because he was fast.
Mm.
So I was more of a like power puncher at the time. I didn't really understand speed. I just knew that I had a hard left foot. Like I knew if I land this thing, it's gonna hurt.
You got a
every
hard
time.
left? What?
Left foot. And I'm not even left-handed. So
Fuck.
I remember I'm going with Zeke. He was southpaw. This fool Zeke was quick. Pow, pow.
Mm.
And he kind of like, you know, woos me a little bit. My legs was kind of fucked up. I'm like, oh, this guy's quick. So I had went to my second defense mode where now I'm just more like locked in and focused. And he tried to come with that same combo and I hit him in the stomach hella hard. And then he backed up and I hit him 3 times in the same spot in the stomach. So then I hear somebody in the crowd like, why you hitting him so hard? Da, da, da. Not knowing that I almost got knocked out. I was gonna go to sleep. My legs were not with me, so I had to like plant and punch, and he hit me again. He's just quick. So I finally caught him with a 3-piece, and I pretty much almost knocked him out. Like
Jeez.
he came back in for a kill shot. I seen it. I was like, all right. Really, I was looking at my girlfriend at the time because she was watching me. And I was like, and she was just like, and I'm like, okay. So, so he's coming in, and I roll, boom to the stomach, came back with the right hand to the stomach again.
Shit.
He thought I was gonna hit him again in the stomach, so he put his hands down.
Oh,
I went up,
face open. Damn.
Nice.
and all you see is he goes, and then I was gonna come in again, but I seen that he was woozy, so I was like, "Are you good?" And he's like, "Nah, I'm good, bro." Like, chill out.
Damn.
I did almost get knocked out by this dude named Larry though. That was because like he just overwhelmed me with so many punches.
Wait, were y'all boxing with gloves?
Yeah, we're going.
Okay. I was like,
Yeah.
dang.
Like,
Larry.
yeah, Larry. Larry is the only guy who almost knocked me out. That guy was unpredictable. So weird. Like, and he wasn't even a boxer. He was just a regular dude. But he would do this move where he would feint his right and step forward. And I always fell for it because I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to block the right. Because most street fighters, they like to fight like this.
Mm-hmm.
They want to come here. So I'm thinking he's just going to throw that. And I focused too much on it. He will, and then he with the left. Boom.
Wow.
And I'm like, damn. So I'm like, okay, he's going to do it again. He would do it. And then he throw the right. And I'm like, this guy's crazy. I think I only landed like 1 punch on that dude.
Wow.
I swear to God.
Wow.
I feel like stamina is such a huge part people sleep on with fighting too.
Hell yeah, you need stamina.
That's what people didn't realize about Bruce Lee. He would run 3 miles before he did any kind of martial art every morning.
Wow.
So he's gonna fuck you up on
Have you heard of
stamina
Rocky
alone.
It's a long time.
Yes.
Rocky
Oh, yeah,
Marciano will run up a hill
Mm-hmm.
every morning
Stamina,
and run
dude.
10 miles every morning. And not only that, he would do these crazy workouts on the bag where he's just constantly hitting the bag. Rocky Marciano
Oof.
didn't have a lot of technique.
Yeah.
He was just a powerful
Mhm.
battery. Like, you can hit him as many times as you want. He's not going down.
Wow.
And he does not get tired. That's why he's like 50-0, 51-0.
What's his
Wow.
name?
Rocky.
51-0.
Yeah.
Rocky.
Rocky Marciano.
That
He's a
boy
badass
51?
dude. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Italian dude.
Mhm.
That's
Oh, you like
He's
the-
legend, dude.
Yeah, right here.
Marciano.
That's more than homie.
Mayweather. Yeah, like you can't knock this guy out. Everybody has tried. Every fighter that has fought this guy has tried to knock him out.
Yeah, he had an iron jaw too, didn't he?
Mhm.
Just could take a hit.
But see, what comes with an iron jaw is your stamina. Like,
Mhm.
if you have good stamina, you're not gonna get knocked out easily. Cause your body can take it.
Ooh, dude,
And,
he's
and,
throwing
and he's not.
full-
And look, and he's not even like boxing.
the
He's
fuck?
fighting. He's a fighter.
Dude, he's throwing full back in that shit too, bro.
Which one's Rocky?
Dude, the
short-
one
the short
fucking
guy.
him up.
The one punching, probably.
Dude, he
Look
is
how he's
throwing
punching.
straight haymakers.
Look
dude.
how he's punching. He's not boxing. He's just punching you in the
Oh,
face.
dude, one of those
Damn.
connect. This game over.
So-
That's Rocky. That's Balboa.
10 miles every day. That
10
would be-
miles every
that'd be
day.
tough.
He'll run up a hill. He would do these crazy ab workouts.
dude,
He had a bunch of resilience. I mean, he's an animal. He's actually one of my favorite fighters outside of George Frazier. George Frazier's my number one. Rocky's my number two.
oh Frazier, dude,
I love
That's
Frazier. Bro.
terrifying.
I could
too.
talk about that all day. I was just talking about George Frazier yesterday.
That dude was a bull, yo. He even looked scary. Like,
Damn.
Look, he ain't
Damn,
boxing. He's
dude.
fighting.
hmm
He wants to fight you. You don't box.
bro, those swings are coming from his back. Oh, he connected
Yeah.
fully on that.
And he's like only what 5'6". He's short. He's a little dude.
Wow, bro, my man's straight haymakers right now.
And then they
Oh my
and then
god.
they say that like he will hit you in the arms.
Oh,
biceps,
oh.
he'll hit- yeah, like
Dude.
he'll hit everything. He doesn't care.
That'll
If he
hurt,
can't
dude.
get your face, he's gonna hit you in the arms. He's gonna hit you.
I
in the
wouldn't box
body.
that. Fuck that. Like, my
Oh,
man's swinging like he ain't got
shoot.
nothing to lose.
Look
I
at
feel
this
like
dude.
boxing doesn't look like this today.
Right.
No, it doesn't, dude. They're too scared. Yeah, they're afraid to get hit. I feel like
Yeah. Yeah, Joe Frazier.
I need to get knocked out. Houston Ensemble Spar Day. Let's
that.
go.
You don't want to get knocked out, bro.
I don't.
No.
It sucks.
It's like having a concussion. I've got knocked down before. I never got knocked out. But when I did get
Can
knocked
be really
down, it
dangerous.
was like imagine like everything
Dang.
going blink
Right.
for like a
Oh.
split second. Like you get hit and
I've
you
had
just-
that happen.
Right.
Mhm.
And then you end up on the floor.
Yeah.
Like I remember back in Cali, I was going with this dude named T Money, and he was just he knocked me down like 5 times.
wow,
I just kept getting back up.
my man.
I heard somebody in the crowd like, "Why would you stay down?" Because I'm not asleep yet. I'm gonna keep getting up though.
my man.
Yeah, Frazier's crazy.
Oh.
People actually have died from getting just
Mhm.
knocked out / punched in the face.
Frazier
I don't know.
whooped
how many
Ali's
times.
ass. Ali was coming out of retirement, to be fair, but still, Frazier was.
My style is like I really get my style from Frazier. I like Joe Frazier's fighting style because he's just in your face.
I would not box that
all
dude.
day. Like Joe Frazier hasn't backed up not one time.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna sit there with you, and I'm
Oh.
gonna hit you.
I was
That's what I
like
like to
begging.
see.
Sorry. I
Yeah,
was trying to see if that would
boxing
actually
and
go.
jazz, bro.
Yeah. I did get the wind knocked out of me from a sidekick one time.
That's fun.
Flying sidekick across the room.
Oh, a sidekick. I
Yeah,
thought you
like,
said a psychic.
I thought you said that too. I was like, wait,
No,
like,
no,
whoa, you gotta break that
sidekick.
down.
Flying sidekick. This guy was 12 years old. I think his name was he was Latino boy, okay? And he was at least at that time, I want to say 3 to 4 inches taller than me.
You're right.
25 pounds, 30 pounds heavier.
Mm.
And I like it. I need to go back to that. I think men have forgotten.
I could talk about this all day.
You know, they forgot.
I literally had this conversation 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if y'all seen that video I had made where I stitched these two guys fighting and they were missing each other.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, dude,
They're like slap.
you have to
Oh,
understand.
yeah, yeah.
You have to understand, like, as a man, you need to learn a martial art, even if you're probably never going to use it at all, which you're not supposed to unless you have to.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what my karate instructor had told me.
That comes back to that being you got to be a
Right.
monster.
Like,
mm-hmm.
and we'll get onto that.
Mm-hmm.
Learn how to take a punch, give a punch, and handle pressure. That way, when things come your way, you're able to handle it. I'm not saying learn how to box so you can go around and just knock people out and just punch them for no reason. But when you learn a martial art, you're learning to potentially kill somebody. If a boxer punches the average person in the face, they're going to die. That's how fast they punch. If a guy who knows karate kicks you in lightning speed in the head, you're going to
done,
sleep.
dude.
You're gonna
Yeah.
have concussion. So it's like you basically are becoming a weapon. But knowing that you're a weapon, it puts you in this mind state of if anybody's in your face talking crazy, you're just gonna be like, I could end you right now, but I'm not entertaining you unless you come at me first. Like I've been in situations out here in Houston dealing with, some of these artists and these musicians where they want to talk crazy, and it's like, man, like you don't even know you're cornered. Like I could beat you up right here. I could knock you. I can hit you with this glass. I could push you into something. Like you don't know. People get so caught up in F you. I don't like you. Da da da. And it's like, bro, like I could uppercut you and just call it a day.
If you had to take out this room right now, where would you start? How would you do it? Talk me through it.
If I had to,
It would always be me first.
I'm going for whoever I'm closest to, and then I'm going to run away. Like literally, I'm not about to.
He like gives this accurate display. All right, I'm elbowing this motherfucker
Like
in the
I'm
nose,
just
taking the mics and smashing
like
in your
if
face.
I absolutely had to, on some equalizer shit,
right?
I would probably.
I know there's an outlet in that corner. I'm darkening out the
Right.
room.
I'm gonna have to get him out first.
I feel like you like literally would just randomly pull out throwing
Sure
stars.
can, yeah.
My man's got the needles, like the Jet Li needles in his fucking sleeve and shit. Just puts me in sleep.
Nah, but like it's good it's beneficial for men to know martial arts. I was sparring all day today, and even even with like the mental capabilities of it and the physical, like you get to blow off that steam. You gotta think about we're men, bro. Like we go through a lot of stuff that we don't want to talk about, so we kind of wear it on our shoulders, which is why a lot of us gravitate towards combat, sports and things like that. We get to take that out.
That aggression.
Then we can go back to the world and be cool until it's time to go do it again. And I'm gonna be honest, like everybody that I know that has done martial arts, they have not got into really any much crazy trouble. And I can trust that if I go with them, it's not gonna be no ego. Now you do got some guys that want to prove themselves, and that's fine. You gotta always want to prove yourself, but you gotta show them like, hey, like, yeah, you could probably beat up Pookie in the street, but you're not gonna come in this ring and
Give it
do
to me
that.
straight. Has anybody said to you anything in the likes of like as an excuse not to get into martial arts, some shit like, well, I don't know what I'll be able to do to somebody. Like I don't trust myself.
The most common answer that I've heard was, I'm just gonna get mad and you're not gonna be able to throw a kick at me, or I'll just catch your kick, or oh, just because you know how to do that doesn't mean I can't just grab you.
Mhm.
Like, I'm pretty well-rounded. Like, I did karate, wrestling, and boxing. So even if you try to grapple me, I'm just gonna slam you.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
because I
that's
know how to do it. Even if you try to catch my kick, I have another leg, and I still have these hands.
Yeah.
I can hit you.
Mhm.
You know, and you can be in a boiling rage all you want. The best fighters are the ones who are calm. It's
Mhm.
good to have rage, but it's good to
100%.
have aggression, but you have to have controlled aggression.
Oh yeah.
That's why boxers like Tyson or Ali or Joe Frazier, they don't go out there guns blazing. You know what I
No.
mean? Because
They're
if you-
trained.
If you do that,
Mhm.
you are literally opening yourself up. Now you have some cases where you get lucky. You get that
Mhm.
one lucky shot
For sure.
and you knock that person out, and that's just what that is.
Mm.
But if you go against somebody with this, oh, I'm just gonna be angry, I'm just gonna throw a bunch of punches.
That ain't
All
gonna
they
work.
gotta do is just step back and
Mhm. That ain't gonna work.
knock your head off.
There's-
And I've done that before. I've knocked somebody out before. Like, he was on some, oh, you trying to talk to my girl, getting these gloves. Da, da, da. I'm like, whatever. Bro.
Get these
I wasn't even
gloves.
trying to talk to his girl, but whatever. Like, I don't care. And this fool started throwing.
Wow. Wow.
You know, like, man, I must have backed up 2 steps. And as soon as he put that hand down, bam,
Mhm.
and I knocked him out.
Mhm. There's trained and untrained.
Like, I'm not gonna sit there and have a
What I find,
Right.
what I find often in the martial arts, you take any typical dojo, you go there right now. You start with your white belt, right?
Dojo.
right.
I mean, that's what they call it.
That's
That
that's
is
just
what
what it
it
is.
is.
That's what
I
it is.
honestly,
Yeah.
so I honestly, I
love
didn't
that.
even,
I
I
love
didn't
that
even
word.
get, I didn't even get past white belt in karate. I literally only, I wanted to learn to kick. Long story short, there was a bully that I was dealing with in school. I was like maybe in 3rd grade, and I just wanted to know how can I just fight. I didn't know how to
Mhm.
fight at the time.
Yeah.
So I went to my grandmother and I was like, yeah, like this kid's messing with me. I seen these kids throwing kicks in the cafeteria. I want to know how to do that. And she's like, oh, karate. Okay, duh. She goes on my instructor. She talks to him. And, you know, I'm ready to go. Like, okay, cool. Boom, boom. My instructor comes up to me. He's like, okay, I heard about the situation. I'm not teaching you any karate if you're going to go fight that boy. So it kind of like threw me
Mhm.
off.
Mhm.
Nice.
And he was like, I only say that because I'm not teaching you this to mess with people.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, but he's messing with me. He's like, doesn't matter. Has he hit you? And I'm like, no, but he's like, then don't worry about it. So he taught me whatever. I just really want to learn this kick that I seen this kid do. Like, he did like this crazy switch kick where he like kicked his left leg, like fake kicked it,
Mhm.
and then switched and do this kick.
Oh shit.
So I learned that one. And then I was like, okay, I'm done. That's all I wanted. So I just didn't go back.
I feel that.
I just
Well-
want to learn that one move.
So in a typical dojo, it's more focused on the art side and not on the martial side. I mean, at least in the beginning levels, because they don't want you to actually go around trying to kill nobody
Not at all.
on a beginner level, and then you get real weird starting out doing martial arts. But then I think like a lot of the military-based combat styles are more focused on the lethality of it. So
Yeah.
number one lessons are going to be pressure points,
Mhm.
lethal points. You know, obviously, when you're doing in the beginning, it's all about rudiments and stuff.
Yep.
Mhm.
Exactly.
But I'm
like arm
it's
bars.
just
and
I find
shit.
that it's just I find it a little silly. Like if because I did Taekwondo and that's not even. I wouldn't even say Taekwondo was one of the more practical martial arts, but it can be cool. I mean, if you land a kick, God bless you. But if you really think about it, it's like if you kick a dude's, you don't need to have amazing technique. If you kick a dude's knee in,
Mhm.
Done for
that's
it.
what you want to do.
Or the
Mhm.
nuts.
Or the nuts, you don't want to go for anything fancy. You don't.
I've-
You're spending too much time on a movement at that point.
Yeah. Well, see, like he seen my tornado kick. Like, I would never throw a tornado kick in a real fight. That is a waste of time,
Yeah.
the energy. I've had somebody.
Wait, what's the tornado kick again?
It's when you spin around and you kick them, like
Really?
you jump, spin, and kick. Yeah,
I can see that faking somebody out though.
It looks cool.
I mean,
It looks cool.
I mean, I
feels
guess,
good.
but in
Yeah,
in a street fight situation, like okay, you can use a tornado kick against another practitioner, you know,
It's
and
a
they'll
good
just find a
finisher.
counter for it. But I wouldn't go into a situation that I'm fighting somebody and think that I'm gonna kick you in the stomach or like anything below the waist. I'm not going over your waist if I throw a kick. Matter of fact, the kicks that I have thrown at people have always been like the side kick. I would just kick him in the chest or kick him in the stomach, and they just don't want to fight me anymore. Like head kicks, if you can land it, great, but it's a waste of time. You can really just learn how to. You just need basic understanding of fighting. And then you can,
I mean, dude, there's some lightning kickers out there. There's no doubt about it. The
For sure.
coolest moment I remember is when my sensei and this new sensei that he was flying in from Korea. He had just done the Olympic whatever competition.
Yeah.
So he's a hotshot, tall dude, Korean fresh, and they were sparring and they did a nice side kick at the same time. And they locked their legs at the same time, and it was it was like Tekken. It was like watching Tekken. It was like
That's
boom, and I'm like, it looked cool, but man, if you're gonna land a head kick, you better be fast,
very fast, because all they're gonna do is just
right,
catch it, and then
See, that makes me think of
Just
Bruce Lee
for
again,
me,
'cause
I
I feel like
want
he
to
can kick
see.
as fast as you could punch. It's like
I just-
shit.
that's the goal though.
Just
the
a
goal
taste.
is
Right.
to get your kicks to like
See, if you can kick that fast, what do you do against that?
nothing.
Oh, right there, yeah,
shoot.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
See what
stuff
I mean?
like that.
Quick, yep. My man felt it
Whoa.
later.
Ooh.
Oh, what the
Oh.
fuck
That's
was
the hammer
that?
kick. That's the hammer.
Yeah,
kick.
Wow.
hammer kick.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
never
Watch
watched
it,
a real
watch it.
karate match.
Oh, hey, ha.
What?
Oh,
It's just like choreographed.
okay.
Is this choreographed?
This strike.
Oh, I
so
didn't
he
even
did
see
that
it.
fast as fuck.
Shit glitched.
What?
That's what I'm saying. Like against a practitioner, you can do that.
Whoa.
was
See, I wouldn't expect. See, that's what I mean. I wouldn't expect
What
somebody
in
to
the
do
hell
a
was
move
that,
like that.
dude?
If somebody did that in a street fight,
There
you
you
would
go.
expect that
There you
shit
go.
though, for real.
Oh!
I'd be like, what the
He did it
fuck is he
backwards.
doing?
That's
Mhm.
actually better than most video game moves.
Cause it was like a fake and a backwards kick combined.
Yeah.
See, that's what I mean. I could see a wind kick being catching somebody off
Holy
guard like
shit.
that. Like while you're in there, there's
There's
what the
also
fuck
that
is he doing
infamous
next to
Joe
the
Rogan
rope?
kick.
That's a good kick.
Yeah.
Like that's a landable kick. You can
Right.
land a kick like that.
Right,
if you
right, right.
fake them and then,
Mhm.
Right. I was about to say you gotta fake
but
it.
you got to get that
fake
speed.
a punch in and then boom.
It's about that speed.
Shot. Give him a shot.
You gonna hit him?
Shit.
Kick them in the stomach. I don't throw my side kicks like that. I kind of step into it.
Oh, see, that's it. That's all it took right there.
Hmm.
That's it.
Brutal TV.
Oh, yeah.
When you're doing karate, there's
They're
no
close,
face or head anything?
You can't.
Whoa.
That
I
came
think-
out of nowhere. You
What
saw
the
it?
fuck?
I think you can't punch to the face, but
Oh.
you can kick to the face.
Hold on, one
That's
more
bad,
time.
dude. That would hurt.
Watch this.
That would
Look at
hurt.
that.
You gotta put it on 0.5 speed, bro. Put it on 0.5 speed. I gotta see this shit.
He's literally throwing his body
Oh, that'll
Here
mess
it
you up
comes.
too.
at him.
Fuck that,
Like,
dude.
watch.
That'll break your. That'll break some.
They're
I'll
so
break your ring.
close.
Look at that.
Damn,
That's
dude.
still pretty fast.
God,
Mhm.
I didn't
That's
even know
quick.
what the hell just happened.
That's actually still very fast. This is 0.25
It's
speed.
0.25? All right. Uh huh. Yeah. Oh,
I'm a little early.
it's coming through.
Coming up.
He tried the kick. I want to see how he set it up. He was off balance.
Right there. He pulls
Yeah.
it in.
Oh my God. Straight down.
It'd be hard to dodge that too.
Yeah.
Dang, that was quick with it too.
Stunning.
He looked for that open.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
So I mean, you can try that in a street fight. But nowadays, most street fights, they're just
Now,
they're
let's
just gonna shoot
compare
you.
that to let's
They're just
compare
gonna
that to
shoot you.
Tekken 8 Kazuya 4K.
Right.
Let's watch some. By comparison, is a video game realistic?
I really like a statistic like 80% of fights end up on the ground. That's why it's good to get your ground technique up.
Yeah, you gotta have good ground
Mhm.
technique. No, I'm
I
not
don't
a
know
good
if
jujitsu
I'll,
guy.
It's okay. It's cool.
be able
Cause
to
I'm
get
just gonna slam you and get
total
up. I'm not
four.
about to stay in the ground.
Let's try. Come on, pull it up, baby.
I think
Don't
you
go
have
slow on me.
Is the slow mo still on?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, okay.
All right, come on. Now, does this look like this? Is any of this fighting real?
Bro, they move so fast.
I feel like if anybody got hit by that first combo, they're going to sleep.
Yeah, it's like, dude.
It's kind of similar though. Like the people doing karate just now, they were going extremely fast.
They are. It's true.
Dude, but these
Probably just
people are
like
moving
just a touch slower than
way
this.
too fast.
Whoever is Kazuya is getting his ass
I
kicked.
know, dude. Jesus.
Why
Well,
you let him look
that's
bad
cool.
like
Damn.
that?
Yeah. Well.
I felt like Taekwondo was more like dance-ish martial art.
Dancing.
Choreography.
I mean, capoeira is the
It's like
most
capoeira,
dancing.
yeah. Ba-da-da-wee.
Banana way, banana.
I love that you know that movie. That movie was
All
hard.
right, forget about it. Man, we've really traversed the gauntlet. I want to see little gray, little green alien things against like midgets. Like, give me that. Put it on prime time. If they're gonna go with this fake alien stuff, go hardcore. Get the
Make 'em
UFC
fight.
involved. Yeah, I bet.
Oh, that reminds me of something pretty interesting.
Bro, let's watch Doja Cat's newest video too.
Oh yeah.
Golly.
Oh,
should.
but that'll
I
get
have
a
not seen
copyright
this
strike
video.
for sure.
I
Well,
have
we
not seen
can
this
we can
video.
take a peek. But I was gonna say just real quick, have you seen these shows called Love on the Spectrum or Down with Love
Mm-hmm.
or just other
Yeah, damn.
Netflix? That's another one though.
It's all in the title.
Netflix shows that are reality shows of people with autism, specifically Love on the Spectrum is all about people who are definitely autistic that are dating.
Kind of like those
Isn't that mean?
90-day marriage or whatever.
That might as
Or
well
like
be
The
autistic,
Bachelor.
yeah.
Just
Or The
I mean, it's
Bachelor.
not The
Or
Bachelor.
Love After Lockup.
Yeah, just like reality show TV about two people going on dates and what it's like in their personal life, but
Mhm.
they're pretty autistic. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
that feels pretty weird.
I did watch that.
I've watched it for real, and I
Yeah.
definitely think it's weird.
It's
And
I
then
used to
there's
watch
another
90
one.
Day Fiance. That I think those people are kind of on the spectrum for sure.
they, I feel like for people who are quote unquote considered not autistic, they have a little more agency in the whole process that's going on.
Mhm.
And then for the people and they're definitely younger that are autistic in that show, they are already at that spot mentally.
Mhm.
And so when somebody's like, okay, we want you guys to now start talking on the date, it's like social cues and emotional intelligence is like at the very bottom for them. So that kind of thing where they're like, pretend like you're on a date or continue the date while we film is going to be insane for them.
My favorite is this episode on I think Down with Love, where the dude was autistic. He didn't have Down syndrome. I think he was just autistic, but pretty severe.
Yeah.
But the chick was definitely had the she was down. She was
Down.
down to the ground, like
Oh,
she was
God.
down. You know what I'm saying? and it was still awkward, but he was like being sweet. He was like, "Oh, can I pour you some coffee? Can I make you this sandwich?" And he was just and he's like, "I would love to do this again and bring you a bouquet of roses next
This is
time."
on Netflix. You said?
Yeah. And he was being so sweet, right?
Yeah.
So then, when I say she was down, like just picture that, okay?
Yeah.
And then they do the little after date interview. They ask her like, "How do you like him?" They killed me, bro. She's like, I'm not gonna do the voice. I can't do the voice. But
Yeah.
basically she's like, "Yeah, he's nice, but more like a friend." And I was like, man, this man just got rejected. Oh, bro, my heart. It's such a cruel show, dude.
I think
It's
he's a
just-
loser.
It feels patronizing of them.
It's very patronizing.
Here's
Yeah.
the-
See, I saw this episode.
Yeah, it was her.
Yeah.
Find love, because that makes you human.
I'm looking for love of a girl who is brilliant.
I've never seen this show before. Is this new?
I think generally.
My power man could be funny, generous, and kind.
Very young, slim, and blonde.
Are you romantic?
People say that I'm a hopeless romantic, so I guess I.
See, it feels weird to make him say that.
That's just wrong.
To love and be loved. Will you be
I mean, what?
This is so
I kind of want to
exposing.
know what's the point of this.
series follows New Zealanders with Down syndrome as they go on a series of dates.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Well,
Exploring the ups and downs of romance
If the date goes wrong, I might cry.
and the complexities of relationships.
Do you two want to have children?
No.
In the
Her face.
That was so real.
Wow.
It's so many
That was
moments
like
like
the
that.
realest interaction throughout the whole
My
trailer.
man.
The other thing that somebody noted to me, not so much in here, but you hear it a little bit in here,
Mhm.
especially in Love on the Spectrum, when the main characters, the people with autism, are walking around the house, they play like music like that, but it's more like boom, ding.
Wow.
And it's like, yo, that by itself, you don't notice it at first, and then you really listen to it, and you're like, oh, that's weird
They're
too.
cruel. They're cruel.
It's like circus, like
Wow.
thumpy.
Wow.
Like, come on, dude, that's so crazy. But I think to the viewer,
It's just
it works,
It totally works.
which is also weird.
It is strangely entertaining.
It's really difficult.
I might have to just sit and analyze
I
this
know,
show.
dude.
I don't.
You can
I had
watch
an
it. You
ex that was
should. It's
really
kind of.
into
It's
that.
just trippy.
It's hard to watch anything on anything mainstream anymore because there's always an agenda. It's like, do we have to talk about how the moon is like, do we need to,
Who said
you know what I mean? Or whatever, you know what I mean? It's like, I just want to watch a good movie.
I hope nobody said that.
Is the moon a him or her?
we need to go
Fuck
back
those
to the
pronouns.
era of movies where it was Step Brothers,
Oh God.
Semi-Pro,
Or South.
Talladega Nights.
So basically all Will
Get
Ferrell
him
movies.
to the Greek. The other guys, still Will Ferrell. But those are the seminal movies of that era or of that genre of comedy. Well, I'm trying. There's so many more.
all Will Ferrell based. I do love Will Ferrell.
Kicking and
He is
screaming,
good.
still Will Ferrell.
He's
Yeah.
good.
Also a cancer.
You're a
What's
cancer.
that one major?
No,
Did you-
that's what you
oh.
are.
Did
Oh,
you guys?
21
Right?
Jump Street.
I'm a Taurus.
21
Oh,
Jump Street is
shit.
funny. Did you ever see
Wow.
the movie with Zach Galifianakis
Where'd I
where
get
he's
that
the
from?
presidential
I don't
candidate or the
Oh, yeah.
the campaign?
May what?
April 26th.
Oh.
What's your zodiac, Chad? No, you're a
Libra.
Libra.
Scorpio.
October 8th.
October 8th.
Gemini.
Fucking infinite number. You know, my 26 equals 8.
Mm-hmm. What'd you say? April?
Yeah, April 26th.
April 26th. So
My life path is 1.
You know
I
your
like-
rising and your moon?
Leo moon, Aries rising.
Oh shit, you got all aggression.
I can't help it. Blame, don't blame me. Blame
yeah.
the stars, bro. They did that. You know, it's so funny. Like, I talked to some of these girls about that. I literally got rejected because I have a Leo moon. Like, some girl was like, "No, I can't do it.
Mhm.
You're a Leo moon."
Been there.
It made a big deal about it. It wasn't even that like she. Look, if you just don't want to talk to me, don't talk to me. But she was like, "Yeah, that's too fiery. I can't. That Leo energy." Just went this whole rant about it. I was
That's
like,
fucking
"Okay,
retarded.
all right,
It's too much.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. Get out of my face.
Too much.
You didn't even try it.
You didn't even try it.
Yeah.
You didn't try it. No, you got some people who are into astrology. They're like racist with it. Like you got some Scorpios that will not talk to a Taurus just because, like, you're a Taurus. I don't want to talk to you.
I want to talk to.
And I'll never do it. And it's like, okay, that's like stupid, but
Apparently that's a
about the
good
Taurus field, baby.
all right. I guess,
That's supposed to be a good balance. Taurus and a
Taurus,
Scorpio. Mm-hmm.
We're
Earth
actually
and water.
We're actually complete opposites.
Complete opposite. Exactly.
Yeah, complete opposites.
Mhm.
Taurus and Scorpio, we like each other sexually, but like trying to get in a relationship is rocky. Scorpios are extremely like emotional, and Taurus, we're just hungry.
Grounded. Can be rudimentary.
Oh, most definitely.
Mhm.
Like-
Both signs are stubborn.
Like two of my exes are Scorpios, and they both get into this emotional shit, and I'm just like, you want to get food? Because I don't really.
You want to get food?
I don't really want to deal with this. I don't really want to deal with this.
Are we going to Chipotle or not?
Why Chipotle though?
Right? Yeah, they just want to they just want to get deep into stuff. It's like, bro, like,
What's the sign that's compatible for you?
it's supposed to be Cancer
Water signs.
and Virgo.
They call it wetting
yeah,
the bull.
Yeah, other Earth
Virgo
signs,
and Capricorns.
Mhm.
Capricorns are cool. My Capricorn lovers, I've never had problems with them. I've always had problems with Scorpio women. I've never had a problem with a Capricorn woman. Gemini women are fun. Libra women, they mellow me out.
Balance.
Pisces women, they kind of annoy me. They're
Emotional.
way too emotional.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
It's way too. Aquarius women, they are
Crazy.
interesting. Right.
Crazy.
They're interesting. Aries women are fun because they just want to do shit. They're just like, I
So
want to
they're
do
not.
this. Let's go do it. Sagittarius women are chill, and they will take you out before you take them out. Why I know this? Because I
That's
dated
real
a
shit.
Sagittarius, and she will literally call me and be like, I'm on the way. Let's go. And I'm like, where are we going? And she'll be, we're going over here. And then, so Sagittarius women, great. Did I miss a sign? Cancer women are cool. They're cool. I didn't really do much with them.
I feel like they're more balanced out of the water
Yeah, pretty
signs.
much. And then yeah, Scorpio women, toxic, but it's fun toxic. You just like, I don't know, like
I completely agree with that.
being a Taurus and dealing with a Scorpio, it's a mixture of things. Because again, we're complete opposites, so we should not be messing with each other. But when we do, it's like it's that attraction
Mhm.
that keeps us together. And then even throughout all the ups and downs of the relationship, is like it's still stimulating. That's why I
Don't you think it's kind of also self-fulfilled prophecy? Like somehow, like the reputation was, especially
reputation precedes.
Yeah. Like especially because I've also met some like ridiculously like, oh, you're trying to be a Scorpio. Like you read everything about how to be a toxic Scorpio. You're hitting off every single check mark. Like
that's weird.
You come in the
point.
door, the conversation's about you. You're the hottest chick in the room or the hottest guy in the room, it type shit. And I don't know. But at the other side of it, it does appear like there's some truth
There's something to it, yeah.
to all of
It's
that.
really well for me. It's general. Like
Mhm,
I don't
exactly.
really take it crazy deep. It's interesting to learn though. Like I know my whole natal chart, and now I'm learning there's another chart called the Draconic chart, which is just your soul zodiac chart. There's so many different things.
Is that like the INFJ, NFP?
That's different. And I am
Myers-Briggs
what
or
was
whatever.
mine? What was mine? Yeah, that's a different thing. I forgot what mine was. I think mine was an INFJ. FJ or something.
That's what I am. INFJ.
I think. Yeah.
Introvert.
Have you ever taken those Myers-Briggs tests?
It'd be interesting, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but it's the one that Gandhi had apparently.
Yeah, mine was architect.
Oh shit.
Yeah, those are cool. But
They said that I could start a cult really easily.
I could easily see that. That's very.
I kind of so when I first met you, I kind of was like, this guy's onto something. I don't know what it is.
That's very
Like,
Charles
honestly.
Manson, dude. Also
Like in a
Scorpio.
cult?
like I
Mhm.
can, yeah, like
You thought I was in a cult?
I wouldn't even be surprised if like
Which cult? Like
That's what they say about
If-
Scorpios in general, though.
yeah, like,
Y'all
I
are the
wouldn't even
cold
be
starters.
surprised if you did like a whole like
Follow me.
Hell or Mauve type of cult,
I got a Hail Arm off cart.
like a fan base, like because you're a musician, so
Manipulative.
yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if your fan base will be like how people treat NBA YoungBoy. Like if you had a
How do
fan
they
base
do
like
that?
that.
How do they do that? Who's that?
Oh,
guy?
they honor that man. They'll kiss his fucking feet.
That would be nice.
But that's this.
But I quit that game, Instagram. I don't even post on that. If you haven't noticed,
You really don't. You're not even on there.
I don't like it.
That's supposed to be the thing with water signs. Is think about water. Water can. Now Bruce Lee said, "Be like water.
History.
Can slide in and out of anything. Could fit in anything."
Y'all can
Everybody
form
be
into
saying that.
anything.
Everybody be saying the mystery thing. It's just because I'm not from America. I don't operate like an American. Okay.
What's a mystery?
Well, I do get that. I was like, I'm in.
So, Chad, the first time like I had met y'all two, right? I knew you were cool, and I was like, this guy
Can't read them.
can't read him yet.
That's
Like, I don't know if he has like a cult following. I don't know. That's just kind of the vibe you gave off.
Y'all mix it up because he actually has a dark side, but he's really good at hiding.
Oh
it.
yeah.
That's
the thing with
he's a
Libras.
Libra, bro. He's not
Libras
gonna
are
show that
sleeper
side unless he
cells,
wants
dude.
to.
You gotta watch the Libras in the room.
Whereas
they be
on my
quiet.
dark side, I'm like, yeah, I have a dark side. What are you gonna do about it? And it's-
See, I will say that's true about all the Scorpio women I have dated.
Yeah.
I find them hard to read. I can't
Yeah.
tell. It's like a blank canvas.
really,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
so easy to read to me.
That's probably because you're a Scorpio.
Yeah,
I'm a Scorpio rising, and I still find them hard to read.
I don't know.
I kind of like trying to figure it out though. It's just
Yeah.
Right.
I got a Gemini Venus, so it's all about what's up here. Like if you're if you're interested,
I'm a peaceful guy. I don't even want to hurt nobody.
But at first, if somebody's seen you at first, they're probably gonna be like, this guy's probably like nuts. Not nuts, but like
Maybe
he can hurt me.
I think
Or intent, yeah,
and
like
even more
super
ambiguous is
intense.
intense.
because
I am
like
intense.
the impression that I give off to people, at least from what I've been told to me, is like, oh, you're just very up and up. And then when I'm not being up and up, they'll ask me like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm chilling. Like
Right.
so
Mhm.
it just
That's
depends.
yeah. I can relate to that.
I could see Scorpios. I could see y'all having the thing where y'all are reading somebody, trying to figure out. I feel like y'all naturally can see everybody's flaws, or like at least looking for it. And in
I
that,
do kind of see that. Yeah.
from the opposite side, from somebody looking in, seeing that as like, I don't know about this guy. Like, yeah, it's some sketch about him, but it's probably because y'all are trying to figure the other person out.
I see, because there's a mirror going on.
Oh, sure.
Mhm.
By the Scorpio reading you, you're like, oh, he's reading me, so I'm reading him.
Exactly.
And then you end up reading each other.
It becomes a
Exactly.
whole mental game.
Yep.
That's how I met my ex. It was I was on stage playing, and she sat right there, and I'm like, "Why are you looking at me?" And I'm looking at her, and she's looking at me, and it became a thing.
I love those. I love when that happens. Like that.
Wait, that reminds me. I gotta tell. I told you this on the phone, but I went to the sushi restaurant
Yeah.
and we ended up sitting next to the financier, who's this older Southern white guy with a white mustache and white short hair. Kind of looked like Colonel Sanders a little bit,
Okay.
but he was really nice. And I was like, it's kind of weird for him to be seating us at this sushi restaurant. Like, if I see somebody like him at a sushi restaurant seating me, like as the host, I'm like, okay, I really hope that we have the tradition here at the sushi restaurant. That's all I'm saying. And then he took our seats. Then we started talking to him anyway. It's his stepson that owns the restaurant. But he was saying, we were like, how did you and your wife meet? This Asian woman that was working behind the bar. And he was like, you know what? 3 years ago, during COVID times, we were in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Uh-huh.
And I was at a Vietnamese restaurant. I had my mask on. And
Mask.
and I was waiting to get some food. Got my food, walked to the back, but I made eye contact with a woman standing there in line, and we locked eyes, and I immediately knew something was there. So I waited back in the restaurant, and I waited for her to get her food. And when she got her food and started walking out, I said, "Would you like to sit with me and have lunch?" And it was love at first sight, and we've been honeymooning ever since, and it's been 3 years. And I was like,
Damn.
whoa.
Wow.
So
And then
she was
he-
leaving, and he's like, "No, come back in here."
Yeah.
I
Or
like
she was
that.
on the way out, and he's like, "Would you like to have lunch?"
I like that.
And then
That's an
now,
instant date.
now he bought her son a nice piece of property in Midtown, right by Leon's Lounge,
Damn.
and it's a really fancy sushi spot.
They need music?
No, there's no room for that.
Mm.
There's definitely no room for that. And I said, "How do you?" Firstly, it definitely sounds a little sugar. Like there's a little sugar there. That's fine though. Maybe you have the extra money and you just are generous with that.
Mhm.
And I was like, "So what do you do?" Because by the way, we were sitting at the bar,
Mhm.
and then his laptop and notepad are out, and it's like ESPN, like DraftKings. And I'm like, this feels weird to be eating a nice dinner right by all this. But he was like, "Oh, I run a oil and gas business, and I can run it from my computer." And I was like, "Okay, that's nice."
Nice.
So anyway, that's love at first sight. Whether or
wild.
not it
I love that.
works out, but amazing sushi. I would definitely go back.
Oh yeah.
All you can eat, 90 minutes.
We gotta find
Damn.
a sushi spot that wants jazz.
That would be
Damn,
super
yeah,
cool.
that would be cool.
Actually,
Cause you can have like the what's it called? Hibachi?
Mm-hmm.
well, the hibachi
Where
is
they
the
cook
flat
in
Yeah,
grill.
where
front of
they
you.
cook in front of you.
Mhm.
Yeah, like that'd
Yeah.
be cool. Like have the people cook in front of you, then you got some jazz.
Double
on the
show.
side.
I would think that would be easy because then
I would
the
think
Asian
that'll be a thing
culture,
already.
yeah, like love jazz.
You just do like a little trio. Keep it simple.
So you know that restaurant Benihana's? That's like the famous version of that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was driving somewhere last week and I saw a sign. It was in definitely a more Mexican area,
Mm-hmm.
and it was called Benny Juana's.
Oh my
Like
god.
Juan, like Juana.
Wow.
And I was like, that is so funny.
Nah, I seen a shop over there downtown. This Asian shop where it said bitch.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Beach
yeah,
nigga
yeah,
or
yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
That place is
It's
legendary.
It's so funny. Dude, that's made some very famous, like viral memes
Mhm.
that I've just come across. And
That
I'm
shit
like,
is
"Oh."
hilarious.
nigga.
What was I doing? I was going to a gig and I seen it. I'm like, what the hell? Ridiculous.
Come to
But,
my
it's,
restaurant.
but you know, like their language, that's not
Not even-
considered a bad. That's probably a different meeting.
Mhm.
We were at we were playing at a Chinese
Nigga.
birthday
Nigga.
party the other day, like where everybody was very Chinese, especially because they're older and they were all speaking Mandarin
Yeah.
in the speeches, and they have a word that how does it sound? What does it sound like?
Nigga. Or
Mhm.
that means right?
It means like
So they're basically like
Nigga.
And so
yeah.
they're saying it the whole time.
That's
And it's
where
just
one
kind
dude
of-
was like, nigga, and then it's like, bro, he said nigga, I swear.
But it's just funny because it's like you see it from these totally different sides where you're like, they have no idea what's going through
Mhm.
our heads.
When we
Like,
hear
and
it.
what
They know what's
hearing.
going on.
I
Some
mean,
do,
they probably
yeah.
do.
The younger generation definitely would.
The younger ones, but the older ones, they don't care. They don't know.
I would have to bend that all day, like for real. I would
That's
nigga.
To be-
It's just so
To be honest, even if I was around that, I'd probably be weak if I heard that. Like
That's what
I'll
I'm
just
It's
be
funny
laughing
because you know that it's not
because I
even-
know that it's
it's not
not
even
it's
in
not
their
a
head.
derogatory term for them. It's
Mhm.
just a word to them. It's just
Mhm.
like yeah.
That's all I
for
would
the
have to
older
fuck with it.
people,
Right.
For like especially for the older people. 'Cause
Now
they're-
some
they're in their own
little
world.
some soy boy will hear that and
Right.
I'm like, bro, chill out. Chill out.
What you got against soy boys, dude?
They're soy boys. Go eat a cow.
A lot of the hot pot videos I watch on Facebook have tofu in there, so silken tofu.
I haven't tried tofu yet. Is it
Fine.
good?
It can be good. It's
It's just a square. It's just
it's
Not
kind of
into
like
it.
nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Does it even have a taste to it?
You gotta really fry that some.
Is
Yeah,
there a
you gotta
taste to
fry
it?
Uh,
Or is it just nothing? It's
not
just
much.
It's really for
It's like a block
nourishment.
of white for nourishment.
What's that for, like keto diet or something?
No, more vegetarian, vegan. There's like protein in it, and it's like you can kind of make it taste like what you're going for, but it becomes kind of just like this thing.
It's a sponge, so you can add a flavor to it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is cool. It can taste.
So
good.
what, you can put like some chicken broth on it and it'll taste like chicken?
I mean,
Yeah,
you
and
could do that.
seasonings and stuff, and then fry it and bread it.
That's crazy.
It's just made out of soybeans instead of anything else.
I
But
guess I'll try it. I mean, I've dated a vegan. She made me vegan food. That was actually pretty good.
there's plenty of good vegan food.
Like Mo Better Brews got some good vegan food. We need to
Totally.
play at Mo Better Brews.
I would love to.
I
play
keep
there.
hearing about that spot.
Dude, that
I played down
food,
there, like,
that
a
food
couple
is
times.
insane.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, they got like this truffle burger.
It's like
Burger.
vegan,
Wow.
all vegan.
The only thing I don't really like
Soul
about
food?
vegans is when they take vegetables and they call it chicken. Like some girl on Instagram,
Yeah,
she was like,
I
"Oh,
agree,
I'm gonna make
actually.
vegan fried chicken," and she literally had cauliflower and put shit on
Yeah.
it and called it fried chicken. And I'm like, "You're no,
Just be vegan.
No,
just be
I've
vegan,
and
bro."
jeez, that was loud. I've had some fried cauliflower that's been nuts.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just call it fried
Nuts.
cauliflower. Why are you calling it chicken? Like,
Yeah, call it cauliflower. I'd rather that too. Or I remember going to Mo Better Brews and getting, I think, the fried oyster mushrooms and waffles or something.
Mhm.
Maybe was that him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh!
You gotta
Something-
try the truffle butter burger.
What's the burger?
It's insane. What's the burger? I
Is it
don't
like?
know.
Is it one of the different patties, like an
Yeah,
Impossible
it's
burger?
one of them patties, but it's good. I enjoy it when I go down there and eat it.
They're definitely not bad.
It's not bad at all. I think that's actually like vegan food is not bad. I'm just not a vegan. Now, like, if I happen to be like at a gig where it's just straight vegan food, I'm gonna eat. I like to eat. I'm hungry. Like I said, like, I was dating a girl. She was a vegan. She made me vegan food. She was fire.
Yeah.
I kind of underestimated her because I'm like, come on, man, where's the beef at? Like, give me the beef. And she was like, no, you don't need that. And she made
Give me the
this
beef.
crazy dish, and it was a good dish. We don't talk anymore. But it was a good dish.
Have you ever seen Liver King?
No.
Do you know anything about Liver King?
Mm-mm.
Nothing. Oh, that's awesome.
Liver
Let's just
King,
show you this.
He's on steroids, right?
a lifestyle.
Let's
like
just show
eating?
you this like
He's
eating
different.
vibe.
Show him the first thing.
I don't want to
First
see
thing?
that.
Oh yeah.
He's eating livers.
With testicles? What is it? Eggs?
He looks like as if Chad got like older and buff and grew.
Wow, fertilizer.
that compete for access. Right. And then look at the shortest room I have. I got bones.
You got a banana.
I got balls.
Oh my
I got
god.
banana. I have liver. For breakfast, lunch, dinner. The liver is king.
Golly.
We gotta watch him eat the freaking.
That's interesting. What?
Oh, he definitely eats testicles. There's no doubt about it, dude.
Wait, nose to tail carnivore mukbang. Do they mic the food?
You got a whole family.
Yeah.
Are they not like?
Oh wow, it's like a PR family. Wow.
No, they're definitely
They're related.
related. Yeah.
That makes you out.
He said makes you alpha. Dead.
Wait, is that a pig's face on the table? It's like
Yeah.
a dinosaur.
That's something's face.
Yeah, that's a pig's face.
Wow.
Jesus.
Or,
I couldn't eat with that on the table.
That's kind of grim.
That's a lot of food. Like,
My man's got the Velociraptor face next to the potatoes.
Imagine how awkward it would be to be around that.
And he cooked all that?
No, Liver King Chef Lionel
That dude
cooks
is
all
jacked.
that. That's actually his cook.
Have
But
you've had liver before?
When I was younger,
I don't think I've had that before. I hope I haven't. That'd be
I've had
kinda
liver
crazy.
when I was young. But
So
it
what
was
is he, like a
cooked.
Viking or something? Like, what's up with this dude?
He likes to live a primal lifestyle, which includes eating a lot of raw meat, eating primarily meat, and some
Raw meat? He's not even
vegetables.
cooking it?
They'll cook it, but he'll also eat it raw, especially raw testicles.
Wow.
Eat strong animals like bulls and cows. Minimal electronics besides all the filming and Instagram and stuff.
Yeah.
And
That's crazy. He's like a caveman.
yeah, like no shirt, no shoes. Doesn't really.
Yeah, I'm a
I think he
city
said he
boy. I
doesn't
can't
really
live
bathe
like
that much.
Huh?
I don't think he bathes that much. He said,
It's not a lifestyle for me.
but he did just get busted for lying about being on testosterone.
What, he's
Or,
on it or not on it?
He lied that he was all natural, and then it came out from these emails that got leaked somehow that he was taking HGH, I think. And then he apologized, and then he's like, "I'm going all natty." So, whatever,
Really, don't look like it.
whatever. Cool, great,
That's
interesting.
At this point, it's very difficult to compete in the fitness space if you're all natty.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
like
even the really
even
natty
in,
people. They,
even in sports.
Mhm.
in
Like,
sports, too.
you gotta think about football, bro. Like, those are 200, 300-pound guys running into each other.
Mhm.
If I get hit by one of them, I'll probably be dead.
Mm.
Like, I think everybody's on steroids
Mhm.
at this point.
You ever seen-
Boxers?
You ever seen Any Given Sunday? Oh, dude. It's with Jamie Foxx, LL Cool J. That movie's stacked. To me, that's like the most accurate description. I mean, not that I've ever been
Of
close to the
football?
NFL like that. Yeah,
Oh,
of the
wow.
NFL. Like, I don't know. I mean, they're doing like fucking coke in the bathroom. It's like, dude, I need my arms hurting. Like, jack me up, you know? I need that serum. I need that
Wow.
sauce.
Give me that
Like,
serum.
Like, it's just raw
Uh,
like that, dude. It's like, yo, you know that's how it really is.
I
Did
mean,
you ever read that Randy Moss? He said in an interview sometime used to smoke. Like he just said in this interview, yeah, I used to smoke blunts before games.
Oh, that would be against me. Blunts?
Yes.
I mean, I guess it helps them slow things down,
Absolutely.
I guess.
Oh, dude, that'll slow me down though.
nah,
Take all my aggression away.
I bet if you're Randy Moss
This is Randy Moss.
backstage,
True.
you know, you're feeling good. Randy Moss is popular too. Back
Yeah.
in the day.
Yeah.
You're in your gear, you go out, 20,000 people, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You're kind of a star.
you're in there.
And then you're like, I'm about to get this pass. You're running down the field.
It makes sense for them too, yeah, because they've been studying the game their whole lives. That's like us smoking and going on stage.
Because
know
you
what
got to
I'm
practice when you're high, and then when you're playing, you
Mhm.
got to take you back and be high, and that way you remember.
saying? Mhm.
So when I used to smoke weed, like I did practice high. I'm playing trumpet, so I got cotton mouth very fast.
Mhm.
Performing high was cool, or at least I thought it was cool. How was I feeling at the time? Like, I guess how it works for other musicians is just, this doesn't work for me. Like, I don't know.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like, I can't play high. If I smoke today, I'll be lit and it'll be over with.
Give it a shot, bro.
Maybe we should have a little jam session after this.
Hell nah.
You brought your axe, bro?
Yeah, it's on the car. You know, I'm always have my trumpet.
Yeah. Well, closing thoughts. We went from aliens to boxing to music to Zodiac
To food,
to food.
eating livers, and
And I would just like to say, keep that third eye open. Give us a subscribe, like, comment. Houston Ensemble. And
We're all aliens.
We're all aliens. There you go. Tahree, what you got?
What do I have?
Tell people where you can stream, follow.
You could follow me on Instagram at TAHREE._. I have music on Spotify. I have my astronomy album. I have some singles I have released. So, search up my name. You'll find it. TAHREEAMIR. And yeah, that's about it.
Hell yeah. Tahree Amir, episode 80,
Man.
Houston Ensemble.
What? How you get back to
I don't know.
We'll see you guys next time.
It's funny.